Oh, I am not sure if I'm gonna show up nice in this video because it's dark and there's this artificial flash from my phone. Yeah, but I thought I should update now before I forget everything that I did the last 2 days. So after the hike, and then it was time for the morning yoga session yesterday, which was good. I liked it pretty much. I liked the teacher a lot. He was very, intelligent, very good teacher also, because he adapted the program on my special needs, let's call it that. No, just on my personal body, with the personal exercises for my specific issues like back pains or joint problems, stuff like that. The fact that I'm not great with balance also didn't help, which is for yoga sometimes very important. But he did not exaggerate on the balance exercises, so that was nice. So the morning yoga was good, and then we had breakfast together. The breakfast with a view, oh my god, this is unbelievable. I think I told you guys this, but we sat on the mountainside with a great view over Kathmandu Valley, and the sun was shining by then, because in the walk it came up only, but then the sun was shining, and I was facing towards the beautiful view, and then I got personalized eggs, and oh my god, this cook, I want her to come live with me. She's the greatest cook ever. She made me eggs, and then some sort of, I know there's a word for it, but I don't know what it is again. It's like this potato scraped in smaller bits and then baked. I forgot the word. Fine, but you understand my point. With toast and butter and cereal, and I got a fruit salad with banana, what else was in it? Pomegranate and watermelon, and then I get yogurt also with a little bit of water. No, not watermelon, pomegranate in there. Oh my god, I ate so much the last 2 days, it's incredible. I must have gained some weight for sure. But it's okay, I will lose that again in the mountain bike experience for the next 2 weeks, I guess. Sure, and then, so after breakfast we had a small break for like maybe an hour or something. Then we did a meditation session, which is actually my favorite part of the entire Asian experience, meditation. He showed me some positions, and I went all trancey, which I usually do when I meditate. I go into this state in between awake and asleep where I'm completely calm, which I love. That was nice. He always put some Hindu aspects in there, like the first yoga session we did ohms, the meditation. In the end, he always makes me rub my hands over each other, also after yoga practice, but rubs my hand and then put the warmth underneath my eyes, because it helps with energy through the body and warming up my eyes for eyesight, of course. Then and then after the meditation we had lunch, which was pretty close to the breakfast, but still I was fine, like a few hours were in between. Oh, and after the first yoga session, I forgot, I learned how to use a neti potty. There's another word for that here, but I think in America they call it neti potty. Oh my god, I never did that before, but that was kind of funny, you know, how you pour water in your one nostril and it comes out the other side, stuff like that. And then breathing through the mouth in the meantime. But first of all, the important parts there are cleaning your nose beforehand. Like it's supposed to be completely empty and dry. Because if you don't do that, then afterwards the water might stay in your sinuses and can cause infections. It's salty water, so you pour cold water and hot water in the same pot, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. You notice that it might sting a little bit depending on how sensitive your nose is, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. not the stinging part, but the pouring part in general. I did not enjoy the blowing my nose part though. That's really annoying. So because first of all, I don't feel hygienic when I do that, and second of all, it kind of hurts. First of all, because my ear is connected to my nose, like with everybody, but this side, I don't know why, it kind of reacts on the water. Like when I blow my nose, it pops or something, and that annoyed me. Enough about my hygiene status. So yeah, after meditation we had lunch, which I consumed alone for some reason. I think he understood that I was a little bit overstimulated and had, I needed a little bit me time, because he went to another table and sat and enjoyed, and we both used our phones or read a book, or I don't remember. After that, the lunch was, by the way, again very much delicious. I was the only guest there, and they cooked so like big meals for me, like 5 different dishes you can put on your plate and combine as you want. It was, oh my god, I cannot stop talking about this place. I know I rated it 5 stars today on Google. Sure. And then after I had like maybe a little over 2 hours of a break or something, I don't remember, or maybe 1.5, doesn't matter, so in which I decided to, after breakfast, I took a nap. Well, not a real nap, but like I zoned out a little bit, let's call it that, and he had to wake me for the meditation. So I decided to chill a little bit after that, like read my book or talk to people over a phone, or I don't remember what I did, but I took a break and I chilled a bit on my own. Sorry. You notice I'm tired. It's almost midnight, but it's my birthday at midnight, so I'm trying to stay awake. My boyfriend will call, so... And probably won't be the only one, but let's not assume or expect too much. So then after I chilled a bit, we had another yoga session, the afternoon one. By then it was rainy, like the monsoon was there again. It always comes in the afternoon here for some reason, and always at the same time for some reason. The last 2 days or 3 days it was around 4 or something that it started, and then it takes a break and it comes back later in the evening. So yeah, it was raining, so we did an inside yoga session where we moved like the table in front of the TV, and then with what little space was in between the sofa and the TV, we did the practice there, and it was a little bit puzzling because my foot, sometimes some exercises you do your foot in between, on the side towards your hand or something, you know what I mean, when you're lying on the back, and I had to aim it very straight in between 2 cupboards just so it would fit. Yeah, so that practice was kind of funny, mostly because if we did it in the other way, there was way much more space for us to do that. And he was like, yeah, but I did that last time, and there was this big guy from Holland who hit the TV table and everything, you know, like, okay, maybe he was trying to cover up the fact that he didn't see that obvious solution. I didn't see it either, so I don't blame him, but I saw it after a while. Or maybe it actually happened and he willingly didn't do it that way. Yeah. So then, yoga practice. That was the last time from the day, one for the day. So we said our goodbyes, and the rest of the evening I had me time, which I tend to enjoy. The last months, I don't know, I used to hate being alone or feeling the obligation to meet with people, you know, but now I'm actually enjoying it when I have a time to breathe and just do whatever the hell I feel like doing, you know. So that happened after the desert, but that's a different story. I won't tell today. And then I actually wanted to go in the jacuzzi, but because of the rains at that point it was dry again, and actually a little bit sunny, so I was asking the staff, like, could I go in the jacuzzi, and it was, yeah, sorry ma'am, but we're just cleaning it, putting new water and everything, we need maybe 1 hour. And sorry, this guy is wearing headphones so he doesn't hear how loud he is. No, and then 1 hour later, of course, the monsoon was back, so my plan to take a jacuzzi time failed, unfortunately, and I haven't done it still, so I'm afraid that will be it for my jacuzzi time this holiday. Let's see what else comes up. Yeah, and then yeah, I read a book, I played on my phone. Sometimes I have this phases where I am totally addicted in one game, and at the moment I'm playing this one, Homescapes, maybe you know it, which is like Bejeweled, but with renovating a house or something like that. And I cannot stop playing it for some reason. This phase will go through, will pass too, I mean. Yeah, but that's what I was doing, and at a certain point then it was half an hour before dinner time, so I went to shower in my lovely hot shower, which was nice because with the monsoon rain I felt a little bit cold. And then I had dinner, and now I was the only one having dinner, not sharing my table, and oh my god, foodgasm, seriously. And then yeah, I drank a little beer, Sherpa beer it's called, apparently it's famous here in Nepal. It's actually Kölsch beer, which the German people amongst you will definitely know, but I find hilarious that it even is allowed to be called that because it's not from Köln, you know, but fine. So the dinner was again an offer of many dishes, with the favorite of the day was the vegetarian lasagna. Oh my god, it was so perfectly creamy, had no ingredients that I don't like. They added paneer in there, maybe you know it. This is this Indian cheese, which is a little bit like cottage cheese, or I don't know, not cottage cheese, but the part in cottage cheese, the harder parts in cottage cheese, or maybe feta, but less dominant tasting. Like, it's very subtle, very nice. Yeah, and I could not stop eating for sure. And then I was so full, and then I wanted to go to my room. I was like, I'll get out of your way, you can clean up and do everything. And she's, oh, but ma'am, we still have dessert for you. And I was like, oh fuck, that's true, I totally forgot that. Sorry for the dirty words. And oh my god, I cannot stop talking about the food because I was so spoiled with them. It was sort of like apple crumble, but without the crumble, but like coated in a sort of a dough. So there was this roll with filling, with stuffing, apple and cinnamon tasting, and they put a little bit of what's powdered sugar over it, and gave me a little dish of cream next to it. Not sweet cream, just regular flavored cream. Oh my god, I'm starting to produce saliva just thinking about it. Yeah, this was awesome, the food there. So yeah, of course I finished that one too, although I was completely full. And then went back to my room, read a bit in front of the building, my room, at the terrace with the lovely view. Then it started raining, and I was thinking maybe I forgot my key, or I did not forget it, I left it on purpose, but I was kind of afraid that my door for some reason wouldn't open, so I went back to my terrace, my private little balcony. Sorry. And continued reading there until this gigantic cockroach arrived upon my doorstep. Oh my god, I am not easily scared, I think, by animals, but I hate cockroaches. They're disgusting, first of all. Second of all, they're little monsters. They can survive without a head. I don't know if you know this, but the only reason they die if they lose their head is because they starve. They don't have a mouth that can feed them. And what's even worse, they reproduce when you kill them. If you step on them, they shoot out like 1,000 eggs and have babies, you know. So these creatures are monsters to me. Plus they're gigantic. They're like, I don't know, 5 to 10 centimeters, depending on which region or which age they have or whatever. So yeah, I'm not a fan, as you notice. And then, yeah, what's next? I was reading, then I went to sleep. Yeah, I rushed inside as soon as the little creature was gone. And then I called with my boyfriend, of course, which is private. I'm not gonna tell you. Sorry. I phone called him. The next morning, same thing happened. So the walk, I asked if we could go like at 6:15 because I hate putting my alarm clock before there's a 6 in the front. So 6:15 it was. So I put my alarm at 6 sharp. Brushed my teeth, did the regular morning stuff, get dressed and go up. Went up. And then, oh my god, this guide, he's a very sweet guy for sure, but the communication didn't go so smoothly. We went down through the same path as we did before, and at a certain point I asked him, so where are we going then? And he was like, oh, we're gonna go to that temple over there. I was like, no, this is the temple, the sleeping Shiva is it called. I was telling him, this temple we're gonna go visit with the car, with the taxi, and for some reason he could not understand this, and yeah, I kept repeating it in different ways, and then, so you want to go there, and then after, because I actually talked to my yoga trainer the day before about the hike, and I told him that I would like to go see some nature, you know, and I was like, yeah, landslides, but that one should be pretty safe, and it was a waterfall, like a tiny thing, not gigantic or something, but it was a natural road, and you could see a waterfall, you know, and enjoy the peace and quiet. And if you wanted, you can continue to another temple, another monastery. I don't know if it was a temple or a monastery, through the same path, and it wasn't too steep. Yeah, like a nice hike for the morning if you haven't had breakfast. So I tried to convince my guide in the morning. And he's like, oh, you want to go first temple and then waterfall? And I did not understand what he was trying to explain at that point, so I actually agreed to that. And later on, I asked him again, so where are we going now? And he was like, yeah, temple, sleeping Shiva. And I said, no, I tried to explain you this. I go there by taxi in the afternoon, so it makes no sense to go there twice, you know, because it's actually on the way back into town. And my yoga teacher, he told me we could take a stop there. It takes like 15 minutes or something, so it's not worth the hike actually. Then I better go see something else. And then finally this guide guy understood it, and he was like, oh, you go in afternoon by taxi? Yeah, then he understood. And I was like, okay, then where we go? And I was like, waterfall? Yeah, okay, then we go waterfall now, huh? And voila, we were on the way. Also through the village, unfortunately, but yeah, we were already halfway there. And we went to Hare Krishna temple before that, so which was more or less on the way, which was also kind of cool to see. I've never seen, well, I've seen Hare Krishna people, but haven't seen their temple or their living style or stuff like that. So we went there for 10 minutes. I felt like I was interrupting because it was prayer time. They were all praying at that time. Yeah, so we watched for a few moments, then we went further. And we climbed, like we climbed until we were higher than our actual cottage. And like I told you before, that is already pretty steep. So yeah, yeah. And then we reached the waterfall. After he asked directions, he said, yeah, 2 ways to go there. I asked which one is best. Yeah, so we arrived there, and then it was kind of cool because I walked through the river. I thought we could step on the stones or something, which I was feeling a little bit insecure about because yeah, you know, it looked like the water was flowing pretty hard, and I thought if I stand on such a stone then I will fall down and end up on the stone underneath the waterfall, you know, like 4 meters down or something. Yeah, so what we actually did was behind the stones, the part, of course, before the water goes down, not behind the stones in the way that where it goes down. Step into the water with my hiking boots, with my long trousers on, everything. We just stepped in there. I was surprised because my walking shoes actually held pretty long. They did not soak until it came in from above instead of through the pores, or I don't know, the leather, which it's I don't know if it's leather. I think it's more like a synthetic material or something. Yeah, so I went until over my knees in this water, and the rest of the hike was just back to the hostel, the cottage. I mean, relatively flat. Only the last part was high. We went a whole piece higher and had to come back down. So, and after this, my boots, of course, were soaking. So I was like making this noises, you know, when you step in with water in your shoes. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but yeah. So that was fun. Then the regular morning session of yoga, the final one for the 3 days, with with some new exercises, some old ones, a little more balanced ones, but yeah, still manageable for me. And more talking than usual. We did socializing during yoga this time instead of around it. And we did the neti potty again, and we did the breakfast again. Today I had scrambled eggs instead of sunny side up. And yeah, the rest of the day, then I had time to pack my stuff. I did not take a shower. I wanted to, but then I changed my mind, because I thought, yeah, the day is gonna be dirty anyway. In the Kathmandu city, it's very dusty, so it makes no sense to shower twice in a day. I ended up showering not once, so yeah. Then we came back here in Kathmandu city, drove by taxi. We did the sleeping Shiva temple. I snuck in a picture there where you cannot take a picture from outside, so, well, on the inside you cannot, but from the outside it was doable, and they didn't stop me, so I'm such a bad girl. And then we came first towards the hostel here, which is kind of cool. I'll tell you more about the hostel later. And then continue to the yoga studio again, there where I was... Oh, shit, I just dropped my shoe. I'm sorry, I have to go down.